Say hello to YouTube, Carly. Hello. Yes. We're live. Nobody's here. That's okay. All right. Ugh. Hello, everyone who is either watching this live or is going to potentially watch it. Basically, Skeet Surfer, what's up? Kate Pennington, hello. Jordan, what is up? Alex, what's up? Nessa, how's it going? Jenna, Quinn, Darian. Man, we got some people hopping on, so that's cool. Thanks everyone for joining in for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna head to the gym pretty soon here, but I wanted to remind everybody that I am putting together a video. I'm gonna do a Q&A with my primary care physician, and I just want to make sure that everyone knows about it and that you leave a question if you have a question, anything you would probably want to ask your primary care physician regarding like transition or whatever. So on the community tab, I left something that just says like, if you have a question, leave it down below. So check out the community tab if you haven't yet. I know that it's not really one of those, like YouTube doesn't do the greatest job in like letting people know that I've posted something on the community tab. Very few people tend to see it or interact with it, but it's there if you haven't checked it out already. Yeah, would love your questions so that I can get to as many of those as possible. Yeah, also, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I'm going to be posting more, just like more intimate details of phalloplasty on my Patreon page as well. It's also on the community tab if you want to hop on there. At least for now, that's going to be like the more personal side of it. That is a little bit embarrassing to talk about publicly. Yeah, that's like about it. If you guys have any like quick questions, I can answer anything you might want to know. But yeah. How do you find me on the Gravitas app? That's a good question. Let me check. I have it downloaded. I actually have not used it in a really long time. So I'm going to see if I have like a name or a screen name or something. Let's see. Man. Profile. All I know is that my profile, it just says Cody Harmon. So yeah, I don't know. Search my name. Maybe there's probably multiple Cody Harmons, but it's worth a shot. Let's see. Thanks, Nicole. That is very sweet. Vonnie, thank you. I feel like I'm not. That's my like frustration when it comes to. I feel like I don't know. I am trying my best just to keep like working out, and then I have surgery and I'm already like in the gym thinking, okay, like what can I do while I'm on crutches? I don't want to lose any sort of mass that I've put on in the past few months. That is for sure. Post my arm surgery. Skate Surfer, your question. Biggest question probably for the community tab, but what mental emotional changes did you notice on T and when? So I noticed like I had a harder time with sorting out my emotions. I still do. I think I feel like I was better at verbalizing what was going on in my life pre-T, but maybe not. I know that I just like sometimes I don't know what is going on until after the fact. So there's almost like a delayed response to it. But I found that journaling helps a little bit. So I think journaling is something I've always done, but it's been more vital to actually figure out what is going on. I think I, initially felt more frustrated with people or just like situations, more easily agitated, but that wasn't necessarily forever. I think, going through puberty, it kind of just comes with the territory. I felt a little bit more tired, that sort of thing, being like a growing boy and everything. Um, let's see. I'm gonna skip the clitoris question there. Um, what's okay? Will I be sharing fitness tips on my Patreon? Yes, I will. I'm up for sharing like whatever you are looking for on Patreon. Honestly, it's not going to just be phalloplasty. If you're there for fitness, I am 100% there to be sharing that as well. Um, thanks, Shrimp Shroom. um, let's see. Any more questions before I head to the gym? How did you come out being trans, and how did you deal with the negative? Uh, I came out. Let's see. Well, first of all, I came out to like my close friends first and my therapist. Even, coming out to my therapist was hard. Like even saying the words like I'm trans was like a process. Um, then I came out to my mom in therapy, and that was probably the scariest. How did I deal with the negative? Oh man, I think just having like at least one person in your life that supports you, that you can talk to, that you can vent to, who is going to see you as you and just validate you basically. It just helps get through the times where people don't really see you, don't want to, or just kind of want to invalidate your experience. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Granby, what's up? I hope you are having an awesome day as well. Sorry if I missed anything so far. Um, okay. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm probably gonna head to the gym now. I'll give you about 30 seconds if there is any last questions. Uh, any advice on coming out as trans FTM to my family? Uh, I would say just make sure you have like at least one friend or somebody that you can talk to, even if it's a therapist, some sort of support because yeah, if you just want to make sure you're in a safe space, or like you have a safe space to go to, because if you are at risk of, not having a roof over your head or nowhere to go if you get kicked out or anything like that, it's not always the best option. You always want to make sure that, safety first, and emotionally, you got to make sure that you have someone that you can talk to. Um, Do you feel testosterone has helped with gaining muscle? Yeah, most definitely. Naturally, testosterone is the hormone that helps build muscle. So, most definitely, it is not a magic pill. However, you still have to work out and do the work. Um, it's kind of like, like a lot of females before they don't want to lift weights, right? Because they think they're going to look like a man, but, if that was the case, I would have been happier way sooner. I was lifting way before I started taking testosterone, and I was never satisfied. But as soon as I started taking testosterone, I started, gaining more muscle, getting more of a male shape. So, as far as does testosterone help with muscle? Yeah, most definitely. Um Stay positive, never give up on your goals. Yes, that is basically the best advice ever. How long have I been on testosterone now? It has almost been uh um almost five. It'll be 5 years in December. So four and a half or so. Um, will I be live streaming more after this? Maybe. I've, kind of been doing I did this like a couple weeks ago, I think. Uh but I think I just like had one thing to say and didn't want to make a whole video about it. So that's when I tend to live stream. But generally I just think that like no one's gonna show up or want to participate. But if people want to participate more with live streaming, I'm all here for it. Um any advice? with dealing with unsupportive family members and not being able to transition. That's a hard one. I think, it takes time. Um, not everyone's going to be supportive right off the bat. Uh, it definitely gets better with time. So it's kind of like you have to take small steps, whether that's just like pronouns, name change, or I mean, sometimes you just got to do it even if people don't approve, uh, and then see what happens after. It's kind of what I did. um, Thanks, Jukebox. I will definitely have a good workout. You miss my cooking lives. I know I haven't done that in so long. Um, I'm not really sure why. I guess it just got kind of hard, like juggling schedules with roommates and uh, the kitchen when it'd be like okay to basically hog and stuff like that. Um, Kind of the same situation here. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like the major uh, thing preventing me from doing them. Uh, your boyfriend has been on testosterone for 6 weeks now. Awesome. Congrats to him. Those are the first year is probably like the most exciting because you see the most changes. Um, I remember thinking back when I was like 6 weeks on T that I was just like the most masculine looking. You start to see changes, you start to feel like your voice change and stuff like that, but there's so much more ahead past 6 weeks. um, Meet and greet thoughts. Oh man. My biggest fear about like trying to arrange like a meet and greet is it would just be me. um yeah. I don't know like in what situation I'd be like, yeah, let's meet. I'm also really awkward. So I feel like if people were to meet me in person, they would just be like, all right, well, this sucks. um, Isaac, you're about to have your first shot. That is awesome. Good luck for sure. That's super exciting. I will never forget my first shot. It's the start of like, yeah, it's a huge start of a huge change. It's awesome though. Um, Patrick, you are having the best day out of all of us. That is for sure. At home doing colonoscopy prep. Not jealous of you, unfortunately. Um, that does not sound like fun. Haley Watts, hello from England. Uh, NM personal training, what is up? Oh, how's Carly dealing with the move? She's actually dealing really well. Um, there's another dog here that she actually likes. So, and then she gets to, spend some time outside. She doesn't have to be cooped up in an apartment all day. Um, so she can run around a bit, which she kind of like hurt her leg for a second there and was being super dramatic. And of course, it ends up being nothing except for $91 for a vet and some doggy Advil. She's like 100% back to normal now, though. Um, Oh, hi from Charlotte, North Carolina. What is up? Yes, the South is hell hot. Yes, I had a layover in North Carolina and I got out of the plane and it was crazy. Just getting out of the plane, I feel like I got hit with like a furnace. It was very humid as well. It's hot here in California today, though, so it's not a whole lot different except for the humidity is different. It's not as humid here. In California today, right now, it is 90 degrees. So is that backwards for you guys? It's probably not very helpful. Yeah, so it's 90 degrees today. It's pretty warm. I decided to go for a run this morning because running in the heat is not my favorite. Um, Betty Reynolds, hello from Toledo. What is up? Okay. Isaac, what would you do if your girlfriend would said to you that she can't do it anymore and she wanted to be with girls now? Well, that would suck. um, Considering my girlfriend has only known me as male, that would be kind of like, uh, you know, kind of surprising because I'd be like, well, you kind of knew what you're getting into when you started with me. I think it's a little different when you start transitioning, uh, in a relationship with someone who already like identified as lesbian, which I uh, actually was doing at the time, and it was an issue. Um, so I kind of, I'm a little bit biased in saying that when you start transitioning, if you're not already in a relationship, I do not recommend you get into one. It's just easier to navigate on your own. You don't have to worry about if someone is going to still be attracted to you while you transition and all that stuff. I know that was something that I really, really was afraid of when I was still, starting testosterone and dating somebody. And it was really anxiety provoking. And it was hard for me to really like focus on, my transition. And it's a selfish thing in a sense. So to be able to make sure that, a partner is okay with your transition, it gets to be a lot. And you don't want to compromise your happiness based on like their attraction to you or what they want you to do. It just can all get pretty iffy. Um, yeah, pretty much she knew before she broke up with me and her. Well, that's definitely sucky. I mean, also relationships do tend to, um, you know, sometimes they can fade out, or maybe she just is very um, hesitant on, or maybe I don't know. It's a lot. It's like it's a big change, so maybe she's just afraid of that. Um, Understandably, it can't be easy for either sides. It's a big change. Um, that's one thing I do uh, want to kind of touch on is that like when you go through transition, uh, as much as we would love for everyone to be on board with everything right away, that isn't nearly that's like basically never the case. It's an adjustment for everyone around you. And there's some people who are super sweet and kind of always really saw you for who you were. So it's really easy for them just to switch over names and pronouns and uh, you know, like it's nothing. But for those people who maybe are like on the older side, just different generation, or are kind of just they want to keep you in whatever sort of box that they've had you in because change is hard and they're afraid of change. It's going to be an adjustment, so you kind of have to learn to like give people some grace and a little bit of patience. And it sucks. It super sucks. But it does get better eventually as things change, time passes. So just a little bit of grace is needed within the transition process for sure. Um, Thanks, Shauna. Are you gonna meet my new girlfriend, or did I miss that video? You haven't missed it. Don't worry. I'll see if I can convince her to say hello to y'all someday. All right, I'm gonna go now. It's time for the gym. It's almost 2 p.m. But thank you everyone for asking questions. Don't forget to leave a question on the community tab if you have a question for uh, my primary care physician. She's awesome. She's very knowledgeable with trans health. So if you're someone who's trans specifically, that is great. And you have a question, leave it on that part of the community tab. And yeah, hope you guys all have a great day. I will see you next time. Peace out.